I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Garage sale weekend. Only went out Friday. Didn't have a lot of time, so I didn't get a lot of places hit. And I didn't take any video while I was there on the place. But I got some cool stuff. The first thing is a Binks model 34-2000 diaphragm compressor. 115 volts AC, 60 cycle, 3.0 amps, use no oil. Well, it runs, it builds pressure, but this intake is plugged up. I think it's going to need a little work. Perfect for Old Sneelock. The other thing that I got is this thing. And this actually does work. I used it already this weekend. Jacked up the tire, or jacked up the back of the lawnmower to put some air in the tire. Hello? Hi Kim, what's up? Yes, we did, and we got the couch out of the basement, so it's out of the room. Well, we put a pretty good gouge in the door frame, but we got it out. Sorry about the interruption. Carpet layers. They're coming tomorrow to put the carpet in the basement, so everything got compressed. My timeline is now much shorter. It's okay. We'll continue. Let's see. Yes, we were talking about the hydraulic floor jack. Yeah, it works. It's ugly as the dickens because I imagine it's been sitting in a garage someplace for a long, long time. And it's kind of ugly, kind of rusty and dirty and nasty, but you know, it works. It goes up and down. That's always a plus. Hi, Kim.
Yeah, put it on there.
Okay, wonderful. Busy day here at the Old Sneelock household. Okay, we have a hydraulic jack that works. I think it needs a little bit of oil, and that should be good to go. I picked this up at a garage sale for $2. Now it's a wooden level, and it's not anything fantastic. I mean, it's an old Stanley, and Stanleys are cool, but it doesn't have the brass ends on it or anything. But what it does have is two very nice bubbles. So I can use those bubbles on another Stanley that I have that has the end caps on it, and I'll be able to fix that old Stanley up, I think. Now, I haven't set the two side by side, and quite often there's little quirks, but I'm pretty sure the bubbles will go from one to the other without any problem. So this one will be a donor if things work out. This will be a donor, and I'll get to rebuild that other old Stanley and make it looking really good. Let's see, we'll get this set over here out of the way. And now we come to something that I used to use quite a bit and don't use very much anymore. This is a conduit bender. Who made it? 1/2 inch EMT. This is for 1/2 inch conduit. I don't do much bending of conduit anymore. But when you do need to bend a piece of conduit, this is what you do. You hook the conduit in the little hook there, set it down on the floor, put your foot on top of it, and you can put a nice 90-degree bend in the end of a piece of conduit without any kinks in it. Now, if you have to do a bend that's tighter radius than that. And the other thing that I got is kind of a funny name thing. This is called a Hickey. And the Hickey lets you bend the conduit to tighter bends. So I can take it a little bit past 90. Be careful, because if you take it too far, you'll put a little dent in it like that. I was supposed to take that and bend 2 or 3 times in here. Now everybody has different ways of doing it, and that was the way I was taught. Doesn't mean that my way is the best way or the only way, but this was kind of a rough and ready way to get a piece of conduit into where you needed it. Mostly use the Hickey for when I had to do offsets. Offsets are where you put a bend in it, then put another bend to bring it back, and then another bend to bring it out, and then another bend to bring it back. You end up with 4 bends in a single offset. That's the maximum that you can have in any single run of conduit according to the Michigan Electrical Code. But it's kind of a handy thing to be able to do. Now, most places use PVC conduit anymore, which is glued together, and you bend it by heating it. It's a lot easier to work with. This is very serviceable. It's also strong enough that you can use it for minor fabrication jobs where you want to have like an exhaust system on a small engine. You can use a piece of EMT and weld it up and make it an exhaust run out of it. But this originally was for running conduit to get wire into a building. Most often commercial buildings had to be run with at least EMT, if not rigid. Rigid looks like a piece of pipe. Actually, this handle's made out of a piece of rigid conduit. Looks like 3/4 inch water pipe, but it's welded seam. Can't put pressure in it. It'll take a little pressure, but you don't want to do it. So that's my garage sale finds for this weekend. Nothing big, but some cool stuff and a nice project. I think the diaphragm on that little compressor has got a problem. Might have a hole in it. After that many years, they tend to get a little brittle. Notice anything missing? Yeah, there's no couch in the room. We managed to get it out without cutting any legs off or opening up the door frame. Ended up having to take off the trim, and one of the legs made a pretty good scrape across the door frame. I'll have to touch the paint up there. But didn't have to cut the legs off the couch, which is a great thing. And we didn't have to take open the door frame, which is an even better thing. Now we've got the carpet layers coming in on Friday. They're gonna patch those low spots where the tiles are missing. Yeah. Out of the whole job, I lost 5 tiles. The last piece that I pulled up, the tiles popped up with it. I don't know why those 5 came up that way. One little chunk out of one, a hole in there, 2 full ones, and another piece. Just not the way things are supposed to go. But at least the room is empty. And the carpet layers can come in and lay carpet without any impediment. Now I still have to paint the inside of the closet and take up the quarter round in there. But once I get that done, I'm ready for carpet. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. Now I've got carpet layers coming tomorrow.